Flight 2 with the ZLL SG100 plus 2 quad jet. One click takeoff. Okay, and what I found is you really need the outdoor mode outdoors. Well, you can get by with speed mode number 3 on the indoor mode, but it really gives you a lot of authority with the outdoor mode. And it scoots along pretty good. It doesn't seem to like abrupt changes. It really, you know, as soon as you center the stick, it really wants to straighten that attitude out and just hover. See that? Yeah, so it doesn't seem to like real abrupt changes like that. It's more of a cruiser, which is really what I wanted it for. I want to be able to fly FPV indoors and outdoors around the property. You know, something to fly in small spaces, something to fly when the weather is really bad, something to fly when I don't have time to get everything prepped and loaded up and drive several miles down the road just to go fly. And I like the fact that it has this jet airframe surrounding the quad, because it makes the orientation so much easier when you're flying at line of sight, right? And you can dump that over pretty good. Now if you, let me try that again. Okay, so if I'm not really abrupt, I mean, if I don't pull back hard on the stick, I don't get that kind of twitch out of the gyro, you know? Like that's going full tilt, and if I gradually let go, you know, bring the stick back, why it's a lot more docile in its attitude change than if you just immediately pull the stick back. But that is, see, like right there, I was a little bit too abrupt on the controls. But that's pretty cool. We're getting in here close. Got the sun behind me. That's pretty cool. So the optical flow right now seems to be working pretty well. I'm just walking all the way around it. It seems to be maintaining fairly well, you know, in a hover against a little bit of a breeze. Pretty neat. I think I'm going to have a lot of fun flying this FPV around my property and inside the house. So it's kind of like flying one of those little micro helicopters, you know. It's been so long since I flew a quad, like 3 or 4 years long. You know, so we're coming into the wind now. It's pushing against the wind. That's not bad at all. Whoop, I got a little too abrupt with it there. You see that? How it throws the nose up. It throws the nose up and brings it back down. It apparently wants to stop it on a dime, I guess. So I couldn't get my multimeter pins in the battery slots, you know, where it connects, to see how much voltage was left in that first pack that I put in it. I won't be able to test this one until I get back to the office, but I will try and put that information up in the show notes or on the screen to let you know what I think you're going to be able to get as far as flight time per pack. It's a screamer, isn't it? And that's full yaw right there. That's full rotor deflection. Let's bring it down a bit. Gonna take some practice. A little bit different than flying a helicopter. Ooh! I didn't like that at all. It didn't like me slewing it. Alright, so let's bring it back in. Last time I just did a manual touchdown. So let's see if I bring it in here and if I press and there goes my timer. Okay, so it's coming down on its own. I'm just keeping it over the gravel here. There we go. Because that was the automatic landing function, the auto takeoff and auto landing function. And I think if you, yeah, you can take off manually too. That was just a manual takeoff. You can do a manual takeoff and you can do a manual landing. That's not a problem. Or you can use the one key takeoff and landing. But this pretty neat little quad jet. The gyro does seem to have some issues with abrupt changes on the controls. It performs the stunts very well. I like the rolls. I like the flip. I wish it would also do a forward flip, but it just does a backward flip. It's a pretty neat little unit. I've never flown anything like it before. I'm going to have a lot of fun with it, but I do think on down the road I will replace the stock board with a more hobby grade board so that I have you know, acro mode on it, so I don't have to use the stunt button to perform acro with it. So I think that will be an absolute blast. Anyway, stay tuned for more flights with this. I'm going to try and put an FPV camera on it soon and take it out for a flight FPV, and I'll see if I can record that flight on the camera itself. So anyway, that's a wrap on this episode. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the air.